I'm going to show you the stats of 5-star NBA point guards. And you tell me who you would rather have on your team. Point guard number 1 averages 24.4 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, and 5.7 assists on 47% field goal shooting and 40% from 3. Point guard number 2 averages 17.5 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, and 9.7 assists on 47% field goal shooting and 39% from 3. Point guard number 3 averages 22.9 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, and 6.9 assists on 47% field goal shooting and 43% from 3. Point guard number 4 averages 29.4 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, and 6.4 assists on 46% shooting and 38% from 3. And point guard number 5 averages 25 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, and 6.1 assists on 47% shooting and 41% from 3. So who would you rather have on your roster? Point guard 1, point guard 2, point guard 3, point guard 4, or point guard 5? If you chose point guard number 1, you chose Kyrie Irving. If you chose point guard number 2, you chose Chris Paul. If you chose point guard number 3, you chose Kyle Lowry. If you chose point guard number 5, you chose Stephen Curry. And finally, if you chose point guard number 4, you chose Isiah Thomas. That's right. The 5'9" midget Isiah Thomas is averaging nearly 30 points per game on efficient shooting. Isiah went from competing to be the best player under 6 feet in the NBA to competing to be one of the best in the NBA period. On top of his scoring and efficiency, he's also been knocking down clutch shot after clutch shot this season for the Celtics. And he is carrying the Boston Celtics. So with how well Isiah Thomas is playing, you would think he would get a starting spot in the East, right? No, that belongs to point guard number 1, Kyrie Irving. But you see, this isn't anything new for Isiah Thomas. Isiah is used to being underrated. Hell, that might as well be his middle name. And while he gets underrated by the fans a lot, like he has this season with the All-Star voting, he also has been underrated by his own teams. First of all, he was drafted 60th overall in 2011 by the Sacramento Kings, despite a really good college career at Washington. And even after he broke out as a star in Sacramento, they ended up moving him in a sign and trade to the Suns. And the Suns thought having 3-star caliber point guards on the same roster was a good idea, so they ended up trading him to the Celtics, and you'd think they would at least get something of value back for that trade, right? Well, unless you consider Marcus Thornton and a Cleveland Cavaliers pick something of value. No, they didn't. So Isiah Thomas is not new to being underrated. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with his stature. Isiah Thomas, like I said, is 5'9". If you told me a guy that's 5 inches shorter than me could average nearly 30 points per game, I would not believe you. But Isiah is doing just that. The fact is, the short guy on the court is always one of the last guys to get picked. Isiah throughout his life and career has been consistently underrated. But it seems that Isiah uses this to an advantage. Draft me with the 60th pick? Okay, I'll break out as a star and one of the best players in the 2011 draft. Trade me over and over again? I'll make the fans hate the management for moving me. Snub me in the All-Star game. I'll average 29 points per game and lead the Celtics to the 2nd seed in the East. Isiah Thomas is without a doubt the most underrated player in the NBA, and it's about time he got the respect he deserved. That's the end of this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I am out.